PWHL.ca brings you coast to coast. Here with all your hockey news, here is Alex Furco, Casey Freeman, Braden Renshaw, Merrick Robinson, and Phil Tremblay.
Why did he just get bumped to like the middle?
Yeah.
For weeks and weeks and weeks.
It's happened.
Man.
And of course,
when are we going to get Braden in the intro? I didn't hear Braden. When I keep hearing Landon, where's Braden? Braden's not in the intro. I get Braden in the intro, and Braden is sick. So I'm not going to know what he thinks of the new intro for another 30 seconds.
Because then he's going to text us and be like,
yeah, pretty much.
How did he jump to the middle spot here?
Yeah.
How did he earn
why
that?
did Phil and I get bumped to the back?
Yeah.
Alphabetical by last name.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Fair.
Is it like...
No, it's not a big deal. I'm just being
no, I was saying like...
No, Phil and I are absolutely furious over here.
Furco, Freeman, Redshaw, Robinson, Tremblay.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess that does sound good.
That's how it's always been.
Yeah.
Which I feel bad for you mostly because you're always last.
I'm just always last.
Save the best though.
Yeah,
that's how it works.
I guess we
That's
could look
kinda
at it
cute.
that way.
Anyway, as you know,
What's on the docket today, Alex?
We got some things to talk about.
Yeah, hockey mostly.
Mostly hockey.
A little bit of not hockey.
Almost exclusively hockey.
Almost. Today.
Almost only counts in.
Horseshoes and hand grenades.
There you go.
Ooh, that's a good song.
Horseshoes and hand grenades.
You've never heard that before? Yeah,
My friend just said
close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
That seems like
I've heard close only counts in horseshoes.
Yeah, close.
That's on hand grenades?
Synonyms.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We're off to a flying start. On today's episode, we're going to talk about, aside from the Flames and Hitmen, we're going to do a segment called Traded/Not Traded, where I pull up a list of players and you tell me where they're going to be traded by a deadline.
Oh, man.
After that, also aside from that, we're going to do some extension talks, some trades happened in the past week, and also talking about Kuznetsov is part of the list. I haven't fully flushed it out yet, but you know what? That's okay. I'll figure it out as we go.
Yeah.
That's what makes the show.
Let's just start, as we always do, with the Flames. And in the past week, Is that fair to say?
We went on a 5-game win streak.
Is it fair to say over the past week?
I think.
Oh my God, what do you guys want from them? You're happy when they win. You're mad when they win. You're mad when they lose.
I think saying is a gross misrepresentation of the week and a half, 2 weeks that the Calgary Flames have had.
You had one bad game last night. That's about it.
And we didn't even play that. No, we played pretty bad. Except
like the
for
first
the second
period.
The first period.
Yeah. Okay. I'll admit that's reason.
Your first period against Pittsburgh was also
pretty good week.
Yeah, but we won.
Okay, you know what? Yeah.
Because we won
of the
4-2 against the
absolute
Kings.
Flames MVP.
We won 4-2 against the Kings, 4-3 against Pittsburgh, and then we lost 4-2 against Seattle last night. Like, I don't know. We won 2 games.
And it's also not helping that Nash was on an 8-game heater.
Did we do predictions last week? I don't even remember.
I don't remember doing them.
We did. I said 2-1. I'm right.
I think I said 1-2.
I think me and Phil agreed.
I think I said 2-1.
I think I said 1-1.
I know Braden agreed with me.
I thought we were going to lose to Pittsburgh and beat Seattle, though. But
I wish you lost to Pittsburgh.
Well, we didn't. So crap.
Yeah, because Flames MVP Chris Letang just decided to allow 3 goals basically on him, on like his fault.
Oh,
we scored 4. So.
Yeah, well, 3 of them were on his fault. Were his fault.
Yeah, but it still went in the back of the net.
And the game went
okay, so
but that was the coolest thing about Saturday. Not that we won, because we did win against Pittsburgh. Was
we're
the
a garbage
Mika
team anyways.
Kiprusoff retirement party.
That was fun.
Celebration ceremony. I don't know what you want to call it.
I was definitely. I was at that game.
That was pretty cool. I thought.
I was actually pretty impressed with how they brought everyone. I thought it was really cool to see everyone. I don't think Kiprusoff is not a guy to be on camera.
Phaneuf was there. Ginla was there.
I know Dion Phaneuf also is like head. Or he has a position within the Special Olympics that was happening like this week too in Calgary. So in my head I was like, Dion must be there, I guess.
Yeah.
I think Mika's not a big being on camera guy, but I think he enjoyed that.
He did a good job there. I think the only person that wasn't there was Lanny McDonald, but that's for fair reasons, obviously.
Iggy got a standing ovation.
Of course, it was pretty sweet. We when they were actually raising the banner to the rafters. So I was at work during the time, and we had the sound on for the celebration thing, and people in the bar started stood up and started clapping.
Yeah.
So we have an air horn behind the bar for when the Flames score. So I hit it a couple times. It was a really cool moment.
It is actually pretty. It was.
Anyway, I think maybe he should have played last night against Seattle. Kiprusoff. That would have been sick. They should have strapped on the pads for a practice at least.
For Kipper?
Yeah.
Kind of like what Yager did with Pittsburgh?
No, they just for the media. Just for the photos. Like, the media would have had a field day.
No.
He's old, obviously.
He never would have done that.
For some reason,
He
I
probably
thought
didn't
he
want to do
did,
it,
though. But am I getting that confused with somebody else who, like, did that recently?
Did what?
Like, put on the pads and, like, took...
Luongo.
No, I swear it was... I'm, like, trying to think of who old goalies would have been around a team that I'm following. Okay, I'm gonna investigate this, and I'll find out.
Okay.
She's on it.
We'll circle back.
Sure.
Uyghur, actually, I don't know if that's updated after last night, but at the start of the game last night, Uyghur was still tied for first in goals as defenseman, which we'd love to see. I know we all love Uyghur here.
We do.
He was the best part of that Florida trade.
Absolutely. And then we have Coleman, who had quite a night last night.
Yeah, he was showing off for
He's
me.
Probably feeling a little rough today.
What happened to Zeri?
I know.
I think didn't he take a puck to something in a practice or
I don't know,
in a game?
He played the Penguins game and then didn't play versus Seattle.
Because he was day to day, and they called up Dewar. Because they recalled Coronado and they called up Dewar.
Yeah, I knew they called
Dewar played
Coronado
last night.
As of filming, Mackenzie Weegar is tied for second among goal scoring for defensemen.
Who's first?
Roman Yossi.
Yeah,
oh, wait, sorry.
Roman's
No,
been hot
my bad.
this
He's
week.
tied for first. Sorry. He's tied first with Yossi, Evan Bouchard, and Rasmus Dahlin, all with 15.
Dahlin at 15. I did not know that.
Yeah, Zeri is day to day on with an upper body injury. I think I heard he took a puck to the hand or
I
something.
see.
Which is unfortunate. Anyway, last night was crazy.
I did just watch the Pospisil hit. I didn't watch it I didn't see it until this point.
Oh yeah,
let's start with that.
We're starting with the Pospisil.
Let's start with Pospisil.
I saw this comment on that hit. It was obviously not a hit to be made, but Dunn made himself very vulnerable.
Okay, yeah, maybe, but also, I said this in the group chat last night. Pospisil drove at him from the hash marks and had to change lanes across the goal lane. Like, change 2 lanes to get to him. He had so much time to chill out, and he didn't. I think that's going to be 2 to 3 games.
He's getting suspended for sure. It was just so random. It was just boom, and it's like
the fact that it took so long for him for the refs to decide that was a game misconduct was crazy.
Yeah.
So
I thought he was done right away.
For those of you that haven't seen it, it's about 6 minutes left in the third. Puck's behind Grubauer. Dunn receives a pass, and he's facing the boards.
So back to the play.
back to the play. He's facing the boards. He looks left. He looks right, and that's when Pospisil comes really quickly into frame and hammers Dunn from behind, kind of folding his neck like a lawn chair.
Do we know if he's okay?
I haven't heard anything about him being injured to this point.
I can check that
out. And the reason I mentioned there's 6 minutes left in the third is that whatever, they're probably
he left after the game, obviously.
I'm gonna guess Pospisil's is gonna be given 3 games.
Yeah, that's my guess too. 2 or 3 games.
What?
Rough night for Dunn, because he ate a puck off of his own stick 3 minutes before that hit, went off, got checked, came back in, then got a delay of game penalty for throwing the puck out of the ice, which was really dumb, and then just got killed. Just absolutely thrown into the boards.
His status for the third game Thursday is up in the air right now. So
I'd be very surprised if he plays that. If he does, props to him.
My fantasy took a big hit for that one.
You have Dunn on your team?
Of course.
Huh.
At least you didn't have Pospisil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Or Coleman, honestly. Coleman got quite a few penalty minutes. Coleman leads the team in penalty minutes right now.
You know who led the team for a while?
Oh, no, he's
Calgary
second.
Was Mangiapane.
The team now.
There's a certain point where Mangiapane led the team in penalty minutes.
Really?
It was earlier this year.
Yeah, he's got 43. He's tied with Uyghur right now.
It was earlier in the year, but it was just that is a very weird person to be leading the team.
Yeah, Pospisil now has 72 penalty minutes in 45 games played. Coleman has 70 penalty minutes in 61 games played. That's crazy. So many penalties. What are you doing, Martin?
Is there anything else we're going to talk about from the Kraken game? I mean, that seems to be the leading. What?
And maybe someone can explain this to me.
Okay.
Because I know, Casey, you were at the game. Merrick, were you watching? Or
I had it on.
You had it on. Alex,
you were
working.
I was working during the first period and then went home.
Okay, so after this Pospisil hit.
The first one?
The second one in the third period. Brandon Tanev decides. So Blake Coleman puts in a legal hit on Tanev. Yeah. I thought it was legal at least. Mm-hmm. Tanev decides to slash him in the back of the legs and then go and beat him to a pulp.
Yep.
And they both get 5 minutes
versus
for fighting,
Coleman?
And there's no instigator. With 5 minutes left in the game.
Whoa.
In a 2-goal game.
Whoa.
Why? Why was there no? How did Tanev not get the extra 2?
Is there a video of this?
Yeah,
probably somewhere. But
it's if you just search up Tanev versus Coleman on YouTube.
What does an instigator get you? Like, is it getting you?
So both the guys get the 5 minute, and someone else gets a 2.
But also with an instigator, the retaliation is always called right after if there is a fight. So if Coleman were to
they both got 5 minutes, but then usually someone else gets an extra. Like someone else serves an extra 2.
I like how Tanev
for the guy that started
so
the
one
fight.
more player's off the ice.
Yeah, so that there's actually because they got the 5 for fighting and they left.
Yeah,
and then it's still 5-on-5.
Okay.
Right, and then usually someone gets an extra penalty, so it's 5-on-4 for the guy who didn't start the fight.
Tanev was very not happy.
No, yeah.
Oh, dude!
Holy cow!
The Sportsnet camera guys were like zooming in on them, and they were just swearing at each other, and you could
when they were like coming off the ice. Kind of thing there?
You could clearly see it on the TV. It was like, oh. That was wild.
I was like, is this real life?
Because that would have likely or could have likely changed the complete outcome of this game. Is if we got that 2-minute power play on the fight where Tanev just decided to start feeding Coleman fists, it could have been a completely different game.
They wouldn't have gotten a power play out of it.
Why not?
Because I'm currently watching the video. There's 2 minutes and 16 seconds left on Seattle's power play.
Yeah, so why didn't they get another one to offset it?
Because I'm saying if they were given 2 minutes, that's a 4-on-4.
Yeah, well, still.
So there wasn't a power play. That's an even strength.
Sorry. Yeah.
He's saying like basically there's no penalty kill. It just becomes like.
Yeah, but 4-on-4, it would have negated the penalty that they were already on, right? So I don't know. I saw that. I got mad. Another funny kind of thing was I forget whose skate it was.
I think it was Backlund.
Jaden
Schwartz jumps over a puck and then the puck smacks into his skate blade
and the blade goes flying and you hear it and
yeah.
I'm like, what just happened? And then I'm like, his blade's off, and I think I don't know if his stick broke or just fell to the ground. There was just a lot of things flailing, and then he goes to the ground, and then I'm like, his blade's off, and the ref's trying to help him get back to the bench. But that was crazy because I'm like, I've never really seen that happen, and the blade just flying around.
Yeah, I've never I've seen blades break off and stuff, but never heard it on the broadcast. And I was like, whoa, what was that? And that was funny. He did a good job of getting off pretty quickly. Sometimes that creates the most hilarious moments.
Yes.
Is when the guys lose a skate blade and they can't get off. It's so funny.
And there's very you either get a teammate to push you just you just push off the one leg and just pray that you slide the right direction.
Sometimes the other goalie tries to help you.
Oh, it's so good.
It's entirely possible that neither ref saw the slash after looking at the video.
Well, they should open the
I definitely saw it. But
you were but you were also higher than the refs. You had more of the ice surface to look at.
Yeah, but we weren't getting paid to see it.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
not my job, but
it's not our job.
Fair
it's
enough.
their job. That's
right.
what they do.
That's what they do.
That's
what they do.
There's the title.
Yeah, there's the candidate for the title.
That's what they do.
Okay. That's what they
I'll
do.
keep that in mind.
Can we also just talk about the emotions I went through yesterday? I was like, do I buy tickets to this game? I can get cheap tickets.
I would love to hear about your emotions for last night's game.
Just tell us about the game in general. Just being there.
Okay.
Go for it.
Are you guys being sarcastic?
No. Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, run it.
We're short one person, so someone has to keep talking.
So I was highly contemplating going to this game forever because I have my Alex Wenberg jersey that I've never worn to a game or anything, and I was so excited. And the lore behind this jersey is just a fun story in itself. So then I buy the tickets, and like it's like about an hour later, I get a notification that's like Wenberg out of the lineup tonight. I'm like, cool. This isn't like the first time it's happened. It always seems to happen that way. So then, but there are so many people at the game who knew Wenberg wasn't playing, which in my head I wouldn't think that people would be aware of that, especially for an opposing team like who's not playing. But I was like, I know. And then I just like show them my sign, and they're just like, okay, that's fine. Because it said like Wenberg out of the lineup, but not my heart. So
that's a great sign.
And then I also saw Jordan Eberle for the first time. And I used to love him back in high school also. So that was pretty cool. But no pucks. So we hate them now. But it's okay.
So we hate them now.
But I was really praying that like the Seattle Kraken team would be like, hey, come meet Alex. You know what I mean? Like how they do for 9-year-old children.
Yeah.
I was really hoping they would do that.
You wish they treated you like a 9-year-old
Yeah,
child?
definitely.
I also do that all the time, but I don't even make signs. I just kind of hope that the kind of thing that's supposed to happen to children happens to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one video of like, because a kid, I think it was last year, Mitch and Austin were out of the lineup because they were like resting them because they had made playoffs. And this little boy had a sign that's like came however many miles to see Austin and Mitch. And everyone's like, so at first they're like, who's going to tell him? But then the team found him, and he got to meet Austin and Mitch. And I was like, I'm jealous of this 7-year-old kid.
There was one where it's like I came all the way from Australia, and that was during for the Tampa Florida game where Tampa lost 9-1 or 10-1. The guys, and it was like, go Tampa, go! Like, this is my first game from Australia. And it's like, oh.
And there's that one, I think, where the Canucks beat the Sharks like 10.
Yeah.
And then the little boy's like, my first game. And we're like, somebody needs to help this kid out.
Can you imagine went to the next game against Pittsburgh too? My second game ever. I've seen 20 goals against my team.
So let's wrap up the Flames segment.
Yeah.
Over the next week, they have 3 games. They're on a road trip. They're in Tampa, visiting the Lightning. On Saturday, they are visiting the Panthers, and then on the second half of back-to-back on Sunday, they are in Carolina on I guess it's on a matinee game, because that'd be 5 o'clock their time.
Oh, yeah, true. I was going to say 2 matinee games in a row, but that's just matinee for us.
Yeah. That's not quite a matinee because it's 5 o'clock Eastern, but it's close.
For us, it's a matinee.
Well, no, because at Eastern, they typically start at 7 too, but 5 is...
We're getting to the time of the NHL where there's some random times to be playing some games.
I can't remember the last time I saw a game start at like a 30, like a half hour. Usually they start on the hour.
I think it was on Saturday or Sunday.
But yesterday started at 7:30.
There's a Jets game started at 10:30. Like, it was just
weird.
In the morning?
Yeah.
That's too early.
A Jets game?
The earliest, I think it's the earliest that can go. That or 10.
None of the players want to do that either. That sucks.
What do we... Oh, looking at the schedule, there's also a 6:30 game against the Capitals on the 18th.
Yeah, see that.
Neat.
Interesting.
6:30 game against the Blackhawks.
I've been to a few 6:30 games, and the in-game host, was like, "How do we love being here so early on a Wednesday night?" Also, sorry, I met somebody yesterday that also had a sign for the Seattle Kraken.
Nice.
She sees the in-game host. She's like, "Why is he so old?" I'm like,
oh
"What?"
My
like, he's actually.
God.
I'm like, I don't know. I didn't like him at first, but he's hilarious to me now. But I just thought it was so funny.
That is funny.
He's so old.
Alex, I'm going to say 1 and 2 here.
You can say 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know why.
I'm
just.
Who do they beat?
Tampa.
You're
not like that. Florida team is very strong, and the Hurricanes are just a solid team all around.
Are they? Are the Hurricanes a solid team all around?
They're second in the Metro by a good margin against Philly.
I thought they were having issues with goaltending.
That's the Devils. But
I mean, Hurricanes kind of too.
That's like 70% of teams having
Carolina's
issues with goaltending also.
Yeah. That is true. Even Tampa's having problems with their goaltending. They have
Who is their goalie?
Vasilevsky.
Is he still? Do they have a backup that they use or no? I thought Vasilevsky was having a hard year.
Maybe not.
Jonas Johansson.
So not a good one.
Isn't he the guy I said would
Yes,
make
he
my
is.
Valentine's
Yep,
Day roster?
he is.
And then I changed it to Darcy Kemper.
The Carolina Hurricanes are second in the Metro, 78 points. 61 games played, trailing only the Rangers, who have 84 points.
Do you think that Calgary's going to see all three of Tampa's, Florida's, and Carolina's starters?
Do you think they're going to see all their starters?
Yeah. Do we think they're going to see Vass, Bob, and...
Do any of them play back-to-backs that lead up to the Calgary game?
Well, no, it's not necessarily about that. It's just more Calgary is like if you're Tampa and
Yeah,
you're
you
playing
start-
Chicago, you're not going to start Vass. You're going to start Johansson.
Maybe.
I don't know. To me, like
Depends,
the way
too.
that coaches pick goalies or whoever picks the goalies that start, I'm assuming it's the coaches.
Yeah.
It's just weird now. I feel like there's no prediction to it. Like,
No.
well, especially in Nashville, I see that we're starting our second string goalie against the Oilers. And I'm like, for sure, this is a great time to rest Yusei. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
why we're doing that, but I guess it depends on the coach. To me, Rod Brindamore can do no wrong, so he'd probably make the best choice for everybody.
It's weird. Just kind of depends. Like on the back-to-back, it's like it's the most obvious. You play the harder, like you play the harder game first with your main goalie, or second, and then you start your backup for the other game.
I mean, like the Flames aren't really a threat for any of these teams. Like all these teams aren't in that race with us, right?
We need Nashville to
They're-
start losing some games.
Yeah, Nashville, but we're not playing Nashville. We're playing Tampa, Florida, and Carolina, who are all in
Playoff position.
the other side and in playoff position. So I get where you're coming from, Alex. I have
Okay.
no idea.
So I did just look at it. So the Tampa Bay Lightning last played on the 2nd. They beat the Habs 4-3 in a shootout. Their next game is against Calgary on the 7th. They have
What?
4
So they
games
have
of 4 days of rest. Sorry.
Jeez. How many games have they played?
I
Oilers
could not tell you.
vibes.
And then the
Just
Pan-
getting 6 days in the middle of the season where everyone else is in the hardest part of their schedule.
the Panthers
Who
are
makes the
also
schedule?
I don't know. Like I
feel
think
like
it's I think it's both Pittsburgh and Edmonton. Like when they play each other, the announcers are like, "These are the two teams who have played the least amount of games in the NHL by like 5 to 6." It's just like, what?
for the Panthers. There's at least a day off on either side of the Flames game. They're off on the 8th, playing Flames on the 9th, and then off on the 10th and 11th. So I imagine Bob is probably going to play that game. For Carolina, they are playing on the 9th and the 10th as well. On
So
the
we'll probably
9th,
see the back
on the
end
9th,
of
they're
it.
in New Jersey. On the 10th, they're at home against Calgary.
Ooh. I don't know.
So who do you get Kachetkov to play? Is my question. I'm gonna say
I'm gonna say New Jersey because they're in the same division, right?
Yeah, but New Jersey is just like is not good.
I'm gonna say 2-1.
Interesting. Who's the
I'm not confident.
fair.
You don't think we're gonna win any of these?
I don't
three
think
games?
we're gonna win one.
Keep in mind, it's Calgary and it's a good team, so for all we know, they could go 3-0, and then they'll play Chicago again and lose.
And then and then get canned 8-2.
Yeah, we're gonna go undefeated until we play
A bottom five
Chicago
team.
on the 26th.
Well, there's also daylight savings hours kicking in on the 10th as well.
Woo!
Yay, we lose an hour! Hooray! That's what I
Of
need.
sleep, or
Another
is
it-
it-
hour loss of sleep.
At least it gets
Oh, it's the oh.
Yeah, you spring forward, so you lose an hour.
because it's spring.
Ah.
Toronto always also has like 4 days off next week. So I don't know.
It's
I guess
it's
we
like
did just have
it's
4 days.
everyone's
off, too.
catching up. Like I think Edmonton and Pittsburgh both play 16 games in the month of March, which is like an insane amount of hockey games.
I mean, we played 14.
I for some reason I thought I was looking at the Flames schedule, even though I just said this was Leafs, and I was like, they play Buffalo at home and then Boston. I'm like, that's a hard the next day. And I'm like, that's not possible. And I'm like, no, I'm looking at Toronto. Like,
Yeah, Oilers play 15 games in this month, so like every team's kind of just catching up at this point.
If I may move off of the Flames for now,
Yeah. I think that's enough Flames.
let's jump to a different league in the PWHL.
Okay.
Did you guys see their announcement for the playoffs format and the draft format?
No.
I heard stuff about the draft format.
So the playoff format, the top 4 teams in the regular season standings qualify for playoffs. The first place team will have a 24-hour window to select its semifinal opponent.
What? They get to pick?
Yep.
That's cool.
Semifinals and championship will be played in a best-of-5 series. Higher seeds will have home ice advantage for games 1, 2, and 5. Games requiring overtime will be decided by playing 5-on-5 periods until a winning goal is scored. That is their format for the playoffs. For draft, the quote gold plan will assign the first pick to the non-playoff team that accrues the most points following its elimination from playoff contention.
See, that is a good way to do it. I think.
Once a team is mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, it begins earning draft order points. The team with the most draft order points at the conclusion of the regular season will earn the first selection in each round of the draft.
I like that. I think the NHL should do that.
Which is precisely where I'm going with this. Why is the PWHL doing hockey logistics better than the NHL?
I guess it's probably just still because they can like get away with it. If it, not that it's not gonna work out. If it doesn't, it's still like a pilot project. You know what I mean?
it's not an
It's not
absolute
affecting
critical
32
failure.
teams. Like, I would think that, but I don't know. I also don't think the NHL thinks that logically. Like to be like, let's see how this goes.
Well,
and
but
then
the
we'll
thing
go
is,
with
if
that.
the NHL did that, they wouldn't be able to gift a generational talent to a team that is really bad in the back
Bad.
office.
Are you?
Bad.
You really
Like,
you
Bad.
yeah you really. I don't know who you're talking about, Phil.
no?
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
well, I'll leave the fans to figure that one out.
I don't know who.
But I don't know. I like that idea because then you can't tank.
Thank
and-
you PWHL for making hockey fun.
Yeah,
or
just get
exciting,
logos.
You know. Yeah,
Logos.
just
Get logos and you're good.
Just get teams and logos and
Get locals
brilliant.
and you're good.
Literally, like,
Also, like if you expand to Calgary, I'll come.
oh, it's gonna be a hot minute till then.
I know.
Because I was talking about it with my girlfriend's dad like a week ago, and
Big Kev.
big kid.
Big Kev.
But when you think about how long did it take the NHL to go more than 6 teams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Decades.
I want to say
but that's
but-
what made it so special. There's
but-
also not quite enough of a there's not enough players.
Well, yeah, but there's also a difference between 1917 and
Nah.
2024.
I think
Pretty similar, I
Just
think.
read- I
but yeah, no, I get what you mean. But then you need the players, and I feel there's not quite a big enough talent pool yet. There will be, and it's definitely coming. But right now, I just don't see it.
I
Yep.
think
fair enough.
I read some articles that
And I might be completely wrong on that.
I think
but
Philadelphia and Pittsburgh might be getting one very soon. Oh,
Philly and Pittsburgh.
I'm not sure if
Yeah,
it's
I
like
saw
if it's
something
a
about-
Pennsylvania team or if it's Philly or Pittsburgh.
Is this all just stemming from Sydney getting asked about it though at the All-Star
Yeah,
game?
well, Sydney,
Like, I don't know.
No, Sydney referenced it, and then there's some other
Okay.
places in Pittsburgh started like popping up saying like we'd be interested, and I think some money was brought up a little bit. So it's off a whim because I know Crosby voiced that he was like, yeah,
I
this
mean,
would
people
be,
can be interested. It
it'd
doesn't
be
mean they're
good
going
for
to get a
Pittsburgh.
team. Like
No, but-
Honolulu wants an NHL team. They're not going to get one.
Do they?
do they
Yeah.
or does
Do they
Phil
want
want
to?
Honolulu to get?
Do they want a team, or is that just a representative Phil
I've
Trombley
heard
saying
that some people think Honolulu
Can
should
I?
get a team.
Who said that?
I don't know.
Others-
People are saying
can
it.
we get a
okay?
quote? Can we
People
get a
are
quote?
saying
Other
it.
people, specifically TikTok bots. I'm curious.
No, people are saying it.
Oh, okay.
All the fan accounts that say that.
There's
is
like
just
this
Phil in disguise.
podcast
Phil's
that
got
they've got a
18
host
different-
that's been saying it all the time. Like, yeah,
Is that host
people are
also
saying
wearing
it.
a Matthew Tkachuk
Okay,
Flame
you-
jersey at this
Actually,
game?
no.
You haven't outlined people. You've outlined person who's saying it.
Is this person?
This
is
bit has already
is this
gotten
individual
way
wearing
longer
a
than I thought it
Flames
was
jersey
going
right
to be.
now?
Anyway,
I just wanted to point out that PWHL doing some pretty fun stuff.
I like it. I
They
mean,
did the shorthanded goal thing, which is pretty cool.
the shorthanded goal thing is great. I think that's really,
But
really
being able,
fun.
being able to select your opponent is also pretty cool as well.
Yeah, because you could be terrible against the bad team.
You could be horrible
And you could
against
just
against team in third, but if you routinely kick team in second, yeah, I'm kicking the team in second.
yeah,
100%.
Ski Cross World Cup.
But
did
you know how
that for a
funny
little
that
bit.
you know how funny that would be though is if you pick that team and then lose.
And then they
Oh,
poke you. Yeah.
that would be
There's
hilarious.
just so much. There's just so much you could do with it.
Because like a couple of years ago for the Ski Cross World Cup and a couple of the European races, that's how they did it. So if you qualified in the top 8, you got to pick in that order, like first, second, third, fourth, all the way to 8th. You got to pick who you wanted in your heat.
Oh
Out
wow.
of the people, like, and then if you got 8th to 16th, you were in whatever pool, and you had to pick one from each of the other 3 pools.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. I loved it. But they don't do that anymore. People got their feelings hurt.
People got their feet.
Because you get picked first, it means they think you're going to get smoked.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess yeah. That's just more motivation to win.
If I can point out
Yeah,
something
true.
from this article about the PWHL playoff format I found on Sportsnet, written by the Sportsnet staff. One aspect that won't be changing anytime soon, PWHL Advisory Board member Stan Kasten said, is the league reassessing its players' salary structure ranging from $35,000 to $80,000, not including bonuses.
Nice.
To quote Caston, we still have a long way to go until we are an economic success, he added, while suggesting 98% of people believe the players are underpaid.
Well, I mean,
It's also
So,
the first.
everyone's
season.
underpaid when you compare it to the guys in the
well, that's what I'm
NHL.
thinking, is the reason that the guys are paid so well is because of the revenue they bring in.
Absolutely.
As soon as the PWHL brings in like more sponsors
Yeah.
and they can bring in more
You have to,
ticket
and you
they
gotta
revenue
will.
think
and
about
more
the brand. You got to
gates.
think about the brand deals too. Like the first one that jumps to mind, you think of Timmy's. There's Crosby McKinnon. You think of
Yeah.
Sherwood. They just signed Bedard.
Bedard.
They've got
And then you look at,
Hyundai
like-
with the Kachuk brothers and stuff.
Yeah,
too.
you got-
that. I love that commercial. The one where
They're in the car.
Kachuk's
Oh,
mom
the-
is
yeah.
driving.
Yeah,
and goes,
yeah.
boys, settle
Hyundai.
down. And it cuts to
You know
the
what?
two
You know
boys.
what's
Oh, it's so good.
I remember you were talking that you don't like betting ads. I remember that.
we can do that. We can do a whole segment on that.
The McDavid and Wayne Gretzky one is so funny.
When he's
I
taking
love that
shots.
one
He's taking
so
a shot
much.
and then
I don't.
he
Yeah,
shoots the puck. He shoots the puck at Wayne, and that's over there, bud.
I don't like that one. I like the Zamboni one more.
I think it's funny,
I think
but I
it's funny,
think it's
too.
wrong.
I
I don't
like
think it should be a
No,
gambling
of
ad.
course not.
That's
I
my
think-
issue with it.
Also,
It's- okay,
I just wanted to say this for the PWHL is they're sponsored by Canadian Tire, Hyundai, and Rogers.
Yeah.
I did not know
They also
that.
got a partnership with Barbie.
Yes, I just saw that. I think that Tim Hortons. I don't know if you guys do. I have the Tim Hortons app, then you can pick a player. Just play.
Oh,
three
yeah,
players
yeah,
I
in
am
the store.
horrible.
I think
I'm
that
so bad.
Just
I'm
go for
actually pretty
Matthews
good
every
ones.
My
time.
girlfriend and I did it once. I went 3 for 3, and I never did it again.
I think
I was so proud of
I
myself.
think they should get PWHL players. in there, though,
PWHL
too.
should do something like that,
Which
too.
I think
I
Tim
agree.
Hortons is close to working with the PWHL. I feel. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's just one of those, like, it's the first year, right? It's going to happen.
Working out
And
the
we
kinks.
saw the proof that it can happen because they just sold out the Leafs arena, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
okay,
that was
so-
awesome. There's rumor that's going to happen.
Yeah.
They're going to do one of those in Montreal, too.
Yeah, I heard
And that'll
about,
sell out, too.
possibly
Yeah.
Max Bell. So that's my issue with the notion that expansion could take a while is that you can see support, like widespread support. In 1917, I don't know how Vancouver feels about this team in Toronto.
Yeah, you can't even talk to them.
Exactly.
They're on the other side of the
yeah.
world.
Like,
fair enough,
I
I
don't.
guess.
Was
Like, I have-
telephones even invented?
Like
then?
I have.
I don't know.
How'd
like,
they make trades?
I do
Sorry.
have two cans. I do have
Isn't
two
you had
cans.
to train
but,
and pray
like,
that the other guys would remember you got traded?
I have two cans, but my string isn't long enough. It doesn't go
Yeah.
all the way to Vancouver. How are they going to tell me
I got
about
two
anything?
cans.
You
It was
make a trade and it gets to
1917.
the player by the start of the next
I
season.
got 2 cans.
It's like, oh,
but my
I gotta go.
string isn't long enough.
No, I do get what you're
Hello?
saying, but
that's where I feel like expansion is going to be a little bit quicker.
I think it'll be
just
a little bit
because-
quicker, but I don't think it's going to be that quick. Like I say, we get 2 or 3 seasons maybe until we have another team.
Really?
They don't even have logos. How are you
I
going to
think
make
the
more teams if you
PWHL
don't
should
have a
get more
logo and
teams.
team names?
I think the PWHL should get more teams. The NHL should kind of just relax for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't want them to have more teams. They should. It'd be great.
In like
I'm
5 years,
saying
or
it's
so,
going
it'd
to
be
take
50
some
NHL
time.
teams. Top 25 make
Okay.
the-
Honolulu.
Here, let's.
I just walked into that one.
So
Yep.
So the 6
You sure did.
teams are Boston, Minnesota, Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa, and
Little shout out to Braden.
New
Toronto,
York.
Minnesota, New York. Thank you. Let's say, just
Hypothetical.
hypothetically, they're expanding to 10.
You know what would be kind of fun?
Who's getting a PWHL team?
You know what would be kind of fun? It would be if they took advantage of markets that don't have an NHL team, like Halifax. Like put a P-Dub team in
Oh,
Halifax.
wow.
Put a P-Dub team in Quebec City. Put a P-Dub team in Honolulu.
Why did I
love of
let you
God.
talk?
I don't know, but okay. The first 2 were serious. The last one was a joke.
Um,
I hope Calgary gets one. I
think
really want
Pen-
Calgary to get
I
one.
would love Calgary to get
I
one.
do
don't
think
think we
Pen-
get one until we have a new arena, though.
Yeah. I
So
think Pennsylvania
here's-
gets one. I do think that
So I-
seriously,
I
that
think-
market's going to be tapped into very quickly.
I would
sure.
imagine that Calgary's not going to get one until
Arena.
well, there was that, but I can't imagine it's going to be like East Coast teams, Calgary.
Yeah.
No,
that's-
but
I-
If
Like
we're going to
it's
10
going to be
teams-
like
So-
Winnipeg or,
like
I think,
Washington
I
or
think
something.
if,
Regina.
if Calgary ever gets a team, Edmonton's not
Saskatoon,
far behind.
Saskatoon, Speedy Creek.
Yeah, but so we're adding 4 teams.
Yeah, adding 4 teams.
I said
I-
Pennsylvania.
Okay,
Pennsylvania.
So are you saying Pennsylvania as a
I'm not-
state?
I'm not sure. Like,
Yeah,
I don't,
either
I
Philly
can't
or
I
Pittsburgh.
can't like specifically say if it's going to be either, but I can see also just both of them having.
They do what Minnesota did and call them Minnesota.
Yeah.
Call them Philadelphia.
What?
Oh,
You mean Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania.
Thank you.
Got it.
I haven't had coffee yet today.
Or they do like if they're gonna do like the Battle of Alberta, you bring both a Philly team and a Pittsburgh team.
Battle of
Not a Penguins
Alberta?
No, if they're
but
only
if he's
no,
if
they
they-
won't
like,
give you
Battle of
guys
the
both.
State.
It'd be Battle of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
If they were to do something like that.
Mm.
If it's not just a big group, they'd probably bring 2.
Yeah, but I think the Halifax idea is a good
I
idea.
think the Alex idea is a really good idea.
And then I would say,
None of it.
yeah, Iqaluit, get them a team.
Yep.
Could you imagine having a game against
famously
none of it
easy
and
to
then
get.
going to
Junio,
Honolulu?
Alaska, they deserve a team.
Could you imagine going from Honolulu to Alaska within the same week?
Munich.
what?
Okay. Okay.
Are
Are you
I
just
would
looking
love-
up like
I would
Sapporo.
I
Let's
would love
get Japan
4
into
real
it at this
answers.
point.
No, let me look at a map.
I can
here.
see like Washington like getting one. I don't know.
DC or state?
DC.
DC,
I'm just
okay.
thinking in that like realm of that area.
Yeah.
Just because they probably also don't have funding to travel far
Yeah.
right
That's
now.
what I was
too.
thinking. Is like
Montana.
does Ontario get a third team before any team west of Winnipeg gets one?
No.
Do you put a team in Hamilton?
No.
No, I
That's
would
too
think if
small.
anything,
If
if they're
Toronto
going
has
to
a
do that,
team, no.
Quebec City should probably get one. I would think.
I got
Yeah,
you
Quebec
gotta
City.
the way I'm
Halifax,
kind of
Quebec
thinking about like
City.
the Canadian kind of thing is think of it like the CFL football league.
See,
Is
yeah.
like
What? I'm sorry.
well, if you're thinking Canadian teams, right? There's like the Saskatchewan
Rough Riders.
Rough
The
Riders.
Saskatchewan Roughnecks.
Whoa, wrong
Wow.
sport.
Wrong sport,
Like so
wrong
you can go
city.
Saskatchewan or you can go like Manitoba, for example, instead of like stacking all 3 into Ontario. Into
Yeah.
a bunch of teams.
Well, that's why I say Halifax.
It's just like Ontario's like
I also
Manitoba.
just gave you
is-
such good leeway to your story.
Manitoba is still so far away from Toronto and Ottawa, though. Like
True.
I'm like they have to travel 20 hours to do that.
Yeah.
If by bus, I'm assuming they
Lethbridge.
take bus. I don't
Oh,
know.
This
but-
is a shame that Braden Redshaw isn't here because we
Sounds
could.
like he's dead.
Well, no, but like I could ask
Rip.
like
Get them to call in.
here, Braden. I feel like he's not listening.
Could you imagine?
He would listen.
Yeah, he said, but I like.
Yeah, he said he said he listened, but
his
I mean,
phone, his phone's in his hand. He's just.
Yeah, probably.
legitimately also just might be
He's
asleep.
like- he's like, yeah,
It'd just be
that's-
cool if Braden was here, just so I could ask him, or we could like
Oh,
he
the
he could
Halifax.
he could he could talk about Halifax. He could talk about the Maritimes. Like, would it be possible to get one in St. John's by chance?
I think Halifax would come before St. John's
Yeah.
because Halifax did such a good job 2 years ago with the World Juniors,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that was a very good bid that maybe one day they could have a pro team.
And they're also very good at just producing very, very solid hockey players.
Absolutely. So I would say, and this is my real answer, Halifax,
Honolulu.
Quebec, Halifax, Quebec City, Washington. I agree with you, Casey. And then like another place that maybe doesn't have a team because obviously the Blue Jackets playing Columbus. What about Cincinnati? Why not
Yeah.
Cincinnati or Indianapolis?
Wait, hold up.
Indianapolis.
Let me
Yeah,
look
but is
at
there
a
a
map.
hockey market in Indianapolis or Cincinnati?
But I don't know.
Let me look at a map here.
I mean, one of the
I'm
best.
just looking at a map.
One of the best hockey
North
commentators ever
Dakota.
came out of Indiana.
Oh, that's still far.
What was that, sorry?
One of the best hockey commentators ever came out of Indiana.
Does Detroit have a team?
No.
Detroit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. No,
Just 'cause
forget
it's right
Cincinnati.
there.
Detroit.
Forget
I
Cincinnati.
feel. Here, let's give them a
For
team.
some
that-
reason- for
let's
some
give them a
reason-
team with no NHL team.
Give Green
oh,
Bay
forget
a team.
Cincinnati, Detroit.
Yeah, no, we're giving it to Halifax
Give
and Quebec
Wisconsin
City.
a team.
But
Chicago. Chicago could have a team too. I feel.
Does Chicago not have a team?
No, they don't.
I thought they were. Oh,
Mm-mm.
we got to make it 12 teams then, Alex.
we gotta make it.
Detroit
Yeah.
and Chicago need teams.
Boston.
So
Does Boston have a team?
No. Yeah. do
yep, they do.
Yeah, Boston has. A
Yeah,
team.
Yeah,
they were
okay.
given the league's first suspension.
Are we surprised?
No, we're not. Before we get into the break here, and I'll get Phil to introduce the song.
Oh, there's no way you did that.
Yep.
Okay.
So in '67, the NHL added 6 teams. Do you guys know what they are?
In 67?
Yeah,
So
in
that's after the
1967.
original
I think
six?
that-
Yeah,
was that
after the original
Pittsburgh?
6 for its first original expansion. Do you guys know what the teams are?
Was it the Pittsburgh
don't.
Pirates?
Trivia.
I think that was.
Is it any team that's still a team that right now?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Was Hartford brought
No.
into there?
Was it the Pirates?
The other New York
It wasn't the
team?
Pirates, it was the
Minnesota.
Penguins.
Oh, so they okay. For some reason, I thought there was a. Oh, that was the. That was the other league where there was a NHL league those like rivaling
Yeah.
the NHL, that was
Minnesota.
the Pittsburgh
Yeah,
Pirates.
the and NWHA
something like that. Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Right, that's
Minnesota's on there, the North Stars.
I'm smart. Dallas. I'm just kidding.
So
Honolulu.
the California Seals,
For the love of God.
the LA Kings, the Minnesota North
LA
Stars.
Kings.
Next time you go to a hockey game, say like this sport will be better in Honolulu.
Can someone make me a Honolulu hockey jersey?
Flyers.
Just wear a Florida jersey. Like
The-
basically, like get the reverse retro
Yeah,
Florida
those
jersey,
palm
and that point.
trees.
That's true,
Those are
Basically that.
sick.
The Flyers, the Penguins, and the Blues were all added to
I like
create a league of 12 teams.
I like how Philly and Pittsburgh were just introduced together.
That's crazy that they like were all East Coast and then just here LA have a team.
yeah,
Yeah.
here LA,
That's insane.
California.
That's kind of like exactly what we were just talking about, but what the PWHL isn't gonna do.
Where did the California Seals play? Like what city were they from? San Francisco or something? Like
Oakland,
Oh.
probably.
Oakland.
Later renamed the Oakland Seals and then the California Golden Seals. So I imagine they played in Oakland.
This is some.
Let's give Nantucket, Rhode Island.
Do you remember when the Hartford Whalers played in a mall?
No.
Yeah.
how
Nice.
Yeah.
Old, how old do you think we are?
How,
So they can
how
play-
do you not know that?
They can play in a mall, but we can't play in Honolulu.
I'm
I don't know.
I'm 19 years old, so it's a bit out of my age range.
Let's give Nantucket a team.
I think we need to time.
Or like Carolina.
Is
You
that too
could
close
put
to Boston?
Nantucket is in Massachusetts. It is on a very small island.
So no.
or like Carolina
It's like
for
the
a team.
Hawaii of the East.
That wouldn't be a bad one.
Okay.
actually. You could also in the women's league. You could also do.
Yeah.
You can almost create rivalries.
Whoa,
Right,
Washington is a
like,
lot farther down.
You
than
could
I
go like in Pennsylvania. You can do Battle of Alberta. You can go Islanders. Well, the NHL version of the Islanders and Rangers. You can get two New York
Rhode Island
teams.
isn't even an island.
I don't know. I feel like I actually feel like going into Carolina and
feel like
You
learning
then
learned so much
geography
about
today.
geography about it.
not.
go into Carolina, Atlanta, and Florida for the like, go down there.
That'd actually be good. Atlanta would be
Yeah.
a solid one for the PWHL team.
and then just go into Houston a bit, and then we're
Can we like give him a
Mexico.
5-minute timeout if he like references Honolulu again?
yeah.
No,
Talking-
I'm over Honolulu.
Time
I'm now
out.
worried
You
about
said
Rhode
you were
Island.
over Honolulu last time.
I was gonna
and it
say
Like
that was
six
three-
times.
That was 3 weeks ago.
I'm waiting for-
you said Nantucket's the Honolulu of the East. I was
Could you
thinking,
imagine-
you
Well,
just spell it
could you imagine, like-
HAWN.
Well, I
as opposed to
thought
HON.
Nantucket was part of Rhode Island because it's on
I'm
an
waiting
island.
for,
Now I'm looking at Rhode Island. It's not even an island.
Honolulu.
I'm waiting. You know
Let's
how
give
NHL
Providence a team.
does like just games? Like they'll be like in Sweden, they'll do like those games. Watch there be a game in Honolulu, and Phil's gonna lose his
Phil's-
mind.
I
Phil's
am
not
going
gonna
to.
shut up.
I am going
He
to
will-
that game.
Phil's not gonna shut up.
Have you
I
ever-
will
have
never
you ever been
stop
to
talking.
Hawaii?
Yeah,
Okay.
Have you specifically been to Honolulu?
actually not Honolulu.
Fake. He's a fraud.
I've been to the Big Island and Maui, not Honolulu.
Weird flex, but okay.
Hey, you asked.
Let's
Let's play some music.
yeah, let's head into a break here. On the other side, we're going to talk about the Linda Ruff firing. We're going to do traded, not traded, and we're also going to talk about some trades that have already happened in the past week,
And Phil's Hitmen Corner.
and also Phil's Edmund Corner because I almost forgot about last week. But we will
Almost.
make sure we get it in this
We
week.
lost again.
All right, and we are back for the back half of the show here. Yeah,
That was fun.
That
That
was
was-
seamless.
That was something.
So
We're
let's
very good at what we do.
We are very good at what we do. Let's all play a game called Traded or Not Traded.
I'm gonna do so bad.
So the Daniel Rosen of the NHL released an article on the 2nd with top trade candidates split into goalies, forwards, and defensemen. I believe he did one oh he did. Okay, so he does 3 goalies. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defensemen, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 forwards.
Do you want to do goalies, defensemen, forwards?
We'll probably do 3 of each.
I don't see why we can't do all.
Okay, yeah, we got time. Sure.
I'm gonna do bad.
Yeah, so we'll go.
There's no right answer though, right? We're just guessing.
Yeah.
Well, some of them are blatantly obvious.
I
answers.
don't know who's
Okay.
like who
Ugh.
needs what.
So we'll see.
Yeah, me neither.
Are we saying also like are we saying what team we think they're
Let's
gonna go to?
no, because aside from Hannafin, there's no real
Okay.
anything.
What? Do we know
Tampa.
where he's going?
Yeah, it's very likely he's going to go to Tampa. By
What-
all reports, at least, he wants to go to Tampa, and Tampa wants him. So now it's just a matter of trying to make a deal work out.
What can we get?
All right, Alex, start us off. What are we doing? What position first?
So
Do you want to do all goalies?
yeah,
D-men,
we'll
and
do
then-
all goalies, we'll do all defensemen, we'll do all forwards.
Perfect.
The first name that Dan Rosen brings up in this NHL article is Calgary Flames goalie Jacob Markstrom.
He's not going anywhere.
He's
not-
not going anywhere.
No,
He's sticking around.
Yeah.
He is staying.
That kind of came down over the past couple days here.
So I do actually have insight on this. So I was listening to a podcast earlier today, or a radio show earlier this morning on the way to school today. Apparently, so the Flames general manager, do not know his name off the top of my head.
Craig Conroy.
Fred Conroy. He
Craig.
Craig, thank you. He
Fred
talked to Mark.
Conroy.
I said Cred.
Oh, cred.
Yeah.
Even
That's
better. That's a name.
So apparently he went to Markstrom, and Markstrom was like, "You can move my no trade clause." It was one of the owners that stepped in and killed the deal. It was one of the It was the Flames owner that stepped in and was like, "No."
That's a weird move by Murray Edwards.
So remember how Markstrom's little soundbite of him saying like could have handled it a lot better.
Yeah.
That's a little why, because it was almost like Markstrom and Conroy were kind of blindsided. The owner was like, "Okay, here's my boom."
Yeah. I'm gonna step in here. That's
Yeah.
weird.
So it's a little interesting.
I'll never understand why owners do that.
I don't know. I've never seen
Like you hire a GM so that he can run your
Yeah.
hockey team.
Like I remember with Fenway, they were like, we want a young general manager, but then they haven't stepped into anything Kyle Dubas has wanted to do, right?
Mhm.
They don't usually it's very frowned upon for an owner to be like, yeah, no.
yeah.
So
Next goalie on the list is UC Saros in Nashville.
no, not if they're in a playoff spot.
That's what I'm hearing. Is
And
if
they're on
in-
an
is-
8-game heater, so
Yeah, as if they are doing really well recently. If they're in a playoff spot, he's staying. If they're not, he's going.
yeah. But between now and Friday,
Yeah, because
There.
it is soon, so I can't imagine Saros is going anywhere.
no.
It's also so crazy to me though, because like you say, is it overused in Nashville? So in my head, I'm like, who wants a goalie who's like probably tired? Like I don't know.
Devils.
Calgary does that a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess.
Yeah, that's why.
I would
that's
argue
the
Tampa
first
does that a
goal
lot,
every
too.
time.
Yeah.
I would argue Tampa does that a lot.
Winnipeg.
Yeah, but kind of. Winnipeg's also very, very good defensively.
Mhm.
I would also say Islanders. I would say Sorokin is overplayed a lot.
Two more goalies here that Daniel Rosen specifically calls out. Of the Minnesota Wild, Marc-Andre Fleury.
No, well, they literally said he's staying.
Yeah.
So, which kind of
Yeah.
sucks because I think he wants to go to a contender.
Eventually, he'll go to Pittsburgh for one day and then
Yeah.
call it maybe when he's like 73 years old or something.
I love Fleury.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Rosen
Exactly.
said specifically in this entry, Fleury
Big
might
fan
not
of-
be available
big
if
fan
the
of
Wild.
Big chicken guy.
Fleury might not be available if the Wild believe they can make the Stanley Cup playoffs. So they're in the hunt, so all this could be moot. But if he's
They're in
available,
the hunt.
Fleury,
They're
a pending
behind
UFA,
Calgary.
could be this season's Jonathan Quick.
Minnesota's behind Calgary. They're not in the hunt.
Well, you also got to keep in mind, like, there's still a bunch of games left. Like, Washington is still in the hunt in the wild card, etc.
The last goalie on this list is Jake Allen with the Montreal Canadiens.
I don't know who'd want him.
Yeah, we need Braden for that.
Yeah.
I don't
Gosh
know.
darn it, Braden.
Is he their starter? I don't think so.
No, it's Montembeault.
It's
It's
their starter, right?
so the crease has been kind of been shared amongst Allen, Sam Montembeault, and Caden Primo all year.
I think
And the
Montembeault's
idea
was
Wasn't
is that-
Allen the one in net when they like made it to the final?
Price.
That was Price. Oh. Allen was the backup, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He played a couple games.
Okay.
I don't know. Typically, when teams have a 3-goalie system, they tend to trade the third
Yeah.
to somewhere.
Yeah.
Alrighty, defenseman.
Defenseman, the first on the list. Is there any surprise that Noah Hannafin is first named?
Yeah, he's gonzo. Bye bye.
Who
Yeah.
are we getting for him though? I'm looking at the Tampa Bay Lightning roster right now.
So what does Calgary need?
Well, if we're getting rid of our
Help.
best, like one of our best defensemen, we already dropped our other best second best
So
defenseman.
you're probably wanting a defenseman.
Probably a defenseman.
I would have said third best. Sorry, no, I said
Yeah.
Tanev. I probably said fourth best because he's probably in the conversation with Uyghur and Anderson.
Weegar's your
fair
best.
enough. Weegar's the best defenseman.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say Weegar's the best defenseman. for
Okay, but
Calgary.
so let's look at this. Hannafin has 35 points in 61 games.
Yeah,
Tampa,
you're not getting Hedman, obviously.
Well, absolutely not. I'm more looking at draft picks. They don't have.
no, we're not getting Hitmen.
They don't have a first until 2026. They don't have a second this year, but they have a second in 25
don't
and
think-
26.
What about Nick Perbix? Can we get him? He's got a fun name.
He's got a fun name.
Or Darren Radish.
Radish.
What's his favorite vegetable?
Carrots?
Oh.
Can you imagine? He's like, actually,
Sergachev.
I despise radishes.
Oh, he's in. He was.
Poor
he's only got
Sergachev, man.
He's only got 34. Right.
Yeah.
Remember Brent Seabrook
Yeah.
looking at their cap friendly? Man,
Yeah. What about Radish or Perbix and a pick for Hannafin?
I wouldn't hate picking up Hayden Fleury.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But funny enough, I was just talking about him last night, and to a Seattle fan, because he used to be in Seattle, but was scratched quite a bit.
Because
So-
of injury or what?
No, she thinks if any, it must have been attitude, or
Oh.
work ethic kind of thing. Because like apparently he's supposed to be really good, just wasn't in Seattle. But
That's tough.
I don't know how he's doing in Tampa Bay
4 points in 19 games.
in 19. So he's still getting scratched. I guess I'm assuming, unless he got an
That's
injury.
this season.
Yeah.
Who's after Hannafin, Alex?
After
think we were
Hannafin,
done there,
if I
but
can
okay.
pull up the list again.
My bad.
It's two Philadelphia Flyers, Sean Walker and Nick Seeler. Sean Walker, I
Never heard of
believe,
him.
is probably going to get traded. Nick Seeler, I think, is staying.
I don't know enough to comment.
It's just
Really
there's
exposing me
there
here,
are too many
Alex.
teams. There are too many teams invested or interested in Sean Walker for him not to be moved at this point.
True, but you're also still trying to.
There's too many
Stay
teams
in
for
that
me to keep
divisional.
track of everybody.
It's your job.
That is
though.
also true.
Yeah, pay me.
Well, we're getting there. We're on our way.
Yeah. I don't know. We might
This is-
get a sponsorship at some point. That'd be
It's a
pretty
slow-
cool.
it's a slow
What team
grind.
are you allowed?
Panago,
Panago.
maybe. I
Pizza
don't know.
73.
Yeah,
What about
Pizza
my
Seven.
job? Oh, what about my pizza place that I work
Hawaiian Air.
at? I swear to God.
That'd be a sick sponsorship.
Hawaiian Air.
They don't even fly to Calgary. They don't even fly to
like
Calgary.
Arizona Coyotes. I got news for you.
They don't even fly to Calgary. I don't know
Who's
what use
after
we'd
the
have for that.
the
but
Flyers demon?
Jacob Chikrin.
I know
Ugh.
that name.
That's a weird one.
I don't.
I hope not, just purely based off the fact that I saw a
he left
video
Arizona to go to a
of
contender.
I saw a video of Claude Giroux's son skating with the Ottawa Senators, and he was like skating around, and he's mic'd up. He's like, "Chicky, where's Chicky?" And he's like looking for him, and it
That's
was just
actually
the
really
cutest
cute.
thing ever. So he has to stay there, obviously.
Yeah, he has to. He has to stay there for Drew, his kid.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what Bedard does with Nick Foligno's kids.
Yes.
That's
yeah.
really cute.
Okay,
I don't think Chikrin gets moved.
Side note that I kind of want to go on now. Did you guys hear the Bedard stick quote?
No.
I don't like when other guys touch my
Yeah,
stick.
I guess I have to touch his stick. That sounds bad out of context.
That's the title, right there.
What?
Guess I have to touch
I guess I have
this.
to touch his stick.
Is that what? Wasn't he getting asked about Nathan McKinnon?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Nathan
at
McKinnon
the
touched
All-Star
his stick.
game?
Is that the All Star game? Though, so.
Nathan's just like, I'm gonna do this. You have no
Yeah,
control.
I
over
guarantee
it.
you, Nathan McKinnon was like, "I need to do this."
Yeah.
To just.
Assert dominance.
It's not a lot you have to do there against Bedard. It's his first year.
He's small.
Still,
Just like touch his jaw, and you win.
just like with like the back of your index finger, just kind of
Just,
like,
like, poke it.
Oh,
Caress his
we
face.
were doing different. Like you were poking. I was kind of more like a seductive kind of thing.
This is taking a weird turn.
Well, where are we going with this?
We're
Who's
gonna,
next, Alex?
We're gonna go to
After
Matt Dumba and the Arizona Coyotes.
No, he is not moving.
You don't think so?
He's kind of washed. Low key.
I agree with that.
I have
He's
no idea.
washed.
But I don't say that. That's mean about people.
You just said you agree.
Yeah, I can say I agree.
I
don't
agree,
say
but I
the
don't
word.
say that.
I think it's also because of his contract. I think that's a big
What's his contract sitting at?
Coyotes just
1 year,
sell
3.9.
everything.
I didn't realize he only had 1 year, but that's
3.9 isn't horrible.
yeah, but
I actually saw him the other day. I didn't even know he was in Arizona. Thought he was still
he's
in
played
Minnesota.
for Minnesota almost his entire career.
Yeah.
All right,
I think he's a quality bottom four defenseman,
I could yeah.
at least. He's also shoots right, which
A lot of teams need.
does he shoot right?
How do you guys know these things?
Because it says it when I search up his name.
He does
Do you
shoot
know
right.
the team? Like, why do you know the teams need things? People that shoot right. Like,
Well, that's
Because
just
left
that's
defense-
just a common thing.
Yeah.
Is that just like a thing?
Justin Hall shoots right.
Right-handed defensemen
Sign
are
him.
not common.
No.
That's
Justin Hall.
so weird. Like, what?
I don't
Like
know.
I think some of the top
That's just the way it goes.
McCarr shoots left.
Interesting.
I think Quinn Hughes shoots left. Like a lot of the top defensemen in the NHL just are lefties.
Hedman,
Not
Hedman,
Justin
yeah.
Hall. He shoots right.
he said top defenseman.
I didn't want to say it.
Justin Hall has not played in like 2 months, so that's good.
I just, like I said, yep.
Any more defensemen?
One last one, and this one I'm not familiar with, honestly. Nashville Predators, Alex Carrier.
Pretty, very pretty.
Whoa.
I thought you had something to say
Engaged.
Engaged.
I thought you were gonna say Tyson Berry.
Pretty. Okay, so pretty,
Tyson
very
Berry's
pretty.
always on the
Okay,
trading
so
block,
you're
too.
That is
you're
true.
forwards deep into Alex Carrier, and you've said pretty, very pretty, and engaged.
yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
all I need
basically
to
it.
know.
Fits Casey's criteria. I don't think he moves.
He's
I think,
decent. He's like,
I don't think Nashville's changing a lot of things.
yeah,
with
right
what they're
now I
doing.
don't think.
I think you're not going to mess with what's working.
But I think it's just because I feel like we've also changed the way we're playing our defense. Like Dante Fabro's getting more ice time, which is good
Yeah.
for the team. Like I don't know why he wasn't. I don't know. It's just silly how coaches just don't. Well, also I'm just a fan. I'm not
Just
pretending to be
a
a coach
fan.
or a GM, but
Mhm.
like how you're just like, okay, play this person more and they'll get more points for us. Like I don't know.
moving
forwards.
Moving on to forwards
I
from
think
your
I think yeah.
Pittsburgh Penguins, Jake Gensel.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah,
He's gone. They are
They
Penguins.
giving
Are
him to the Flames for a 7th-round pick.
he's probably going.
half retained.
He's going to
Half
Vancouver or Vegas.
He's going to Vancouver or Vegas.
Vancouver.
Vegas.
Both of those are dangerous.
Yeah, I'd
That'd
love
be
him in
crazy.
Vancouver. That'd
Both
be
I just
those
don't know
are
what
not
we.
fun.
I just don't know what we want for because we want players, we want prospects. We don't really want draft picks anymore. So, because the draft this year has not been.
That's what I'm hearing.
there's
That
not
it's
a lot
not
of
that
good
great.
ones.
Vegas
so-
kind of needs him.
Yeah, but I don't know what we're gonna get. I really hope we get a good. I'm sure with Dubas and
Actually, no.
His
Vegas
du-
is still in a.
I think with Dubas, I think he's not gonna. Because again, he's in the position of he doesn't want to do it, but he will if he has to. So price point is high. Something bites, he's gonna take it, I guess. So
Yeah, Vegas are kind of in a precarious spot right now,
because
right?
of Stone's injury as well.
Because they're at 73 points. They're third in the Pacific.
Eichel came back and Stone's out for the season with a lacerated spleen.
How do you? Isn't that inside of you? How do you do that?
That's a good question. I know. I heard it again on the podcast this morning.
That's crazy. But like, so Vegas has 73 points. The top team in that wild card is the Kings right now with 72. Nashville also has 72. Vegas are in a tough spot right now. They could use them.
Can you imagine if Riley Smith goes back?
No, the lights are on.
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
This one.
No, the one under the Sony.
The red light.
This one.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna edit that out.
Fair.
Can you imagine if Riley Smith goes back to Vegas?
I can see it happening. I'm okay with it. He's-
Gensel and Smith for I don't know.
Exactly.
Let me look. Let me pull someone up here.
There's
Man, why is every team's NHL page laid out differently? Every single one has a different top bar. Why?
I don't.
I wonder if they're
Makes me
going to
angry,
more
man.
like team apps. Like
Yeah.
Calgary Flames just got a new app, so I wonder if it's just to like be modeled after their app
I
and
hate
have
it.
continuity within that. Also, maybe they're like the NHL like website sucks.
It
So
does.
where they're like
That-
they're
that's
trying
why-
to make their own.
Like,
you know what
how
I mean?
am I-
Gensel's most likely out the door. I'm not 100% sure what we're gonna get. Maybe we don't trade him. Maybe we do, but it's looking like he's bye bye.
Why don't
I feel like
where
Merrick
do I find
answers
stats
questions
here?
like you like answer these questions, but then you like don't ever get to like an actual answer.
Nope,
you know?
not at
You're
all.
like a GM or something,
I
like
know-
in a press conference.
I'm simply just
Okay, how
Are
many
you-
points does Gensel have?
Are you
52.
Are you saying Vegas and Vancouver because you saw Pierre LeBrun's tweet yesterday?
It's just the most. Well, Edmonton was out of the race. Florida and Carolina are still a possibility, but not as heavily as Vegas and Vancouver.
Because Pierre LeBrun, sorry, is saying that there's a 6+. Hearing that there's 6+ legit suitors for Gensel.
True. Yeah.
Vegas and Vancouver included.
Yeah, but just those Vegas and Vancouver, the front runners.
Yeah.
It used to be Edmonton, but not anymore. Because Edmonton wants to.
And I think
I think
If-
Vegas could really use him.
I think so too.
if I
But
remember correctly,
Not
they
sure
have a
what we get.
lot of LTIR space right now, don't they?
yeah, because Stone. Till he magically heals and comes back for the first round.
LTIR, Stone, Robin Leonard, and Tobias Bjornfot.
Who?
I don't know. He makes 775,000.
Can I make that much money?
I wish.
They have 15 mil tied up in LTIR.
Ouch.
Is Nolan Patrick on that list?
No.
Miss him.
Yeah, that one hurts. All right, moving on from Gensel.
Yeah. After Gensel, we have Adam Henrique of the Ducks.
Yes, I think he's going to the Rangers.
That's what I'm hearing too.
And then I also heard Vetrano in that same deal.
See, that would be a weird trade.
Yeah, that'd be really good for the Rangers.
'Cause
though. That'd be
if-
insane.
If the Ducks are trading Henrique and Vetrano, I no longer know what the plan is.
Yeah, I don't know what the
Yeah.
Ducks would be getting in return.
They'll kick themselves for not getting Sean Shigell.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
They had the chance.
It's all because of Sean.
No, it's all because of the Ducks not taking Sean. Did you
Well,
know
no,
that
but like-
Adam
but like, I
Henrique is
imagine-
the son of a tobacco and ginseng farmer? I just learned that today.
Yeah, what, sorry?
I just learned that today.
That's in his NHL bio.
What?
That's the first line in his NHL bio.
Who's?
The son of a tobacco and ginseng farmer,
Who are we talking about?
Adam Henrique.
Okay.
So that's interesting. I don't know why you'd start your bio with that, but
I don't see why
okay.
you wouldn't start your
Well,
bio with
because
that.
obviously he's big in the tobacco and ginseng industry.
I guess so.
Sure.
Sure.
You never heard of Papa Henrique?
you telling me you've never heard of?
I have
How
not.
old
no.
is Adam Henrique? Not.
He's
older?
34.
He's older.
Yeah.
Did he
So
used to play
That's
for,
old.
Did he used to play for Tampa?
New Jersey.
Right. That's who he used to play for.
That is who he used to play for.
Yeah, he scored that overtime goal against the Rangers.
Oh wait, yeah.
Rangers.
Next player is Pavel Buchnevich.
For the Blues.
Yeah.
The Blues are still a team. I'm just like,
Whoa.
What does
literally
that
nothing
mean?
happens. I don't remember
Whoa.
that they're a team ever. Only
They
that
won the Cup in like
Kasperi.
2019.
That was a long
was like
time
5
ago.
How are
years
you?
ago.
How do you associate the Blues with Kasperi Kapanen?
That's it. That's my only connection to
Jordan Kyrou, Jordan
that.
Bennington,
Never heard of them.
I
the
know
goalie that
Bennington,
gets very
'cause he's
angry.
dumb.
for
I
no
know.
reason.
Wait.
Let's not talk
That's
about
not-
him.
no,
He
wait.
triggers me.
Isn't that the other Kapanen, not Kasperi?
No, yeah, it's
There's two
it's the Blu-
captains?
Yeah, there's Capo Captain. No,
No,
that's
Capo
Capo.
Caco.
Yeah,
No, there
Which
was
is the best name in hockey.
No, are you
honestly.
thinking for Pittsburgh?
No, I'm thinking wasn't there a Kapanen? Hang on.
Because Kasperi, the one Casey's referring to, got traded.
Angel. Cappy is an angel. He played for
No, he didn't-
Toronto. He
didn't do
was
much for
drafted by
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Played for Toronto.
I think he was
played
part
for
of the
Pittsburgh.
McCann
Who am
deal.
I thinking of?
Is Pavel Buchnevich going to the Oilers? That
Could,
seems to be the rumor.
could be, could be. Could
Yeah, I
be.
don't know. I don't know who I'm thinking about. My bad.
Next player.
Bit of an iceberg there. I'm sorry.
Iceberg.
Vlad Tarasenko.
No.
Has he played? Honestly, I
he's
didn't
been
know
doing-
he was
he's been
playing.
doing decent.
Has
Every
he?
time I watch a Senators game, I'm like, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
like,
Right.
I'm like, oh, he's
you're still
there.
in the league.
yeah, you are.
He's a cup too, which is insane.
Could you imagine? He should have gone to Detroit and then with Patrick Kane
Oh,
and Alex DeBrincat.
did you know Dylan Larkin's out week to week?
Yeah,
I did. Like, what? What happened to him?
I don't know.
He's quite injury prone, is he not?
Apparently.
A little bit. A little bit.
That
Yeah,
could actually,
I-
that could like really factor in a lot. If some team in the wild card went on like a little win streak, and that could get interesting. Very interesting.
Next player is Anthony Mantha. I imagine he's probably going to go to a team that is ideally looking for playoffs,
I've heard. Was it?
but needs a veteran presence, I would think.
Edmonton?
Calgary.
He said playoffs.
Maybe Edmonton. But
in the same
again,
boat
like
as
they
us.
have.
Is he?
Who am I thinking
oh,
of?
he's a forward.
Don't they have Perry still?
Yeah. That's a great veteran presence. That is.
Yeah, he just
It
beat
is.
up that kid the other week.
What?
Oh yeah, he turnstile Connor
What?
McDavid's kid multiple times.
What? No.
Wait,
What?
Connor McDavid's kid? No,
Connor McDavid as a kid?
no. McDavid turnstile Perry's kid. My bad.
What does that even mean?
Sorry, I'm talking
What
about
does
when he
turnstile
was
mean?
in like.
You didn't see a video of McDavid just stick handling between Corey
Oh, yeah.
feet?
I
Turnstile
was just
makes
talking
no
about when-
sense to me.
Do you know what a
Um,
turnstile is? It's like you walk through it and it just spins.
I just didn't know the word.
Turnstile.
Yeah, I do now. That's the title.
I thought Turnstile had something to do with DJing.
I just know they're a
That's
band.
turntabling.
Turnstile's a band too. They're a good band.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking.
They opened for Blink-182 when I saw them.
Yes, same.
That was
I heard someone call Blink-182 Blink-182.
Or
I
I've
hate
heard,
that.
I've heard it's also
You were at that
supposed to
show?
be- I was at that show, but in Vancouver.
Oh, right.
But I've also heard
That's a good
they
show.
want to be called like Blink 182
Something like that.
instead of 182. But
Closing out the list real quick, we have on the Seattle Kraken, Jordan Eberle and Alex Wenberg.
Wenberg is obviously getting traded now.
Yep.
And
Right this
Eberle's
second?
maybe.
no, because my sign was also for Jordan Eberle last night. So the guy working there is like, "What are you
Eberle's-
doing here?"
Eberle's, I think it'd be really cool if he went back to
Edmonton.
Edmonton. He can join Sam Gagne. Get the band.
Yeah.
Get the band.
Dude, we're getting
call
the
Neil.
band back
Call
together.
Yakupov. Get him to sign.
Yeah. Definitely get him back there. My favorite player.
Get Yakupov. Get Puljujarvi to leave Pittsburgh. Go back to Edmonton. There.
And closing-
rebuild.
There's also a Magnus PRV who played for Edmonton at that point too, and we're getting the band back together.
God,
Who
remember
were their
Magnus
goalies?
PRV?
Devin Dubnyk.
That's why Pittsburgh lost to Edmonton.
Bring back
by the
Dwayne
way.
Rolson.
It's purely because Puljujarvi's just been healthy scratched like 6 games in a row. He just doesn't do anything.
Linus Omark. Not to be confused with Linus Ullmark.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, Linus Omark.
Oscar Klefbom.
O-M-A-R-K.
Close.
Rounding out the list is Frank Vitrano of the Ducks, and
We talked to
I can't
touch that
imagine.
one.
I imagine it's probably one or the other, not both.
Was he their All-Star this year?
Yeah. Thank God. Like if it was Zegras, I would have been like really, because Vitrano is very good for the Ducks this year.
Phil Tremblay,
Yeah.
are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Phil's Hitmen Corner.
Phil's Hitmen Corner.
Phil's Hitmen
Now I
Corner.
get to talk because I had no idea what's going on with the trades because I don't know anything.
I don't know.
3 games since our last show. The last show we talked about, we lost, and again. That was the 9-2 loss to Lethbridge.
That was the greatest.
That was an
I love
awesome
that
sound
We
clip.
lost. You have 30 seconds. We lost again.
That's it. No, a little bit better this week. We played Edmonton for the Be Brave game, I believe that was. We had 13,000 people in the Saddle Dome.
I was one of them.
And Alex was one of them.
I was there for that.
So that's second only to the Teddy Bear toss, I believe, for
Wow.
home games. We won that game 6-3.
Yeah.
Beautiful game from Oliver Tulk with 2 goals, Maxim Moranov with 2 goals. Max leads the team in plus minus. He is plus 30,
Whoa.
which is crazy. He's got 43 points. Ben Kindle still sits third in the points list. Second is Yakimchuk, and first is still Oliver Tulk. I actually honestly haven't watched any games recently. I've just been so busy. The game to Red Deer 2-1. Red Deer's always tough with us. Like, it always becomes a bit of a grind fest, kind of like the third period of the Kraken game last night was. Like, 2 minutes or 1 minute into the first period, Carson Wetch and František Formanek start fighting. So there was that.
Interesting.
And then Matteo Fabrizi also got a fighting penalty there. Red Deer's got Kai Uchez. He's a pretty good player. He's got a future coming his way. And then we played the Medicine Hat Tigers. Medicine Hat Tigers have already secured a playoff spot. We beat them 2-0. What is happening? Come on, guys. We're very, very, very similar patterns when it comes to the Calgary Hitmen and the Calgary Flames. It's so wild. Kind of fun, though. Ethan Buenaventura in that 2-0 win in Medicine Hat. That is his first career shutout. Kind of wild that Alex Garrett
Easy to
got
clap,
his...
by the way. I'm just going to let that know. Let that be known.
Hey, put some respect on Ethan's name.
Sorry, I just wanted to bring up something about the Flames when you said that.
Go
but
for it.
Andrei Kuzmenko got his 100th point in the NHL
Oh, yeah,
last
yeah,
night.
yeah.
And
We forgot to mention that.
They announced it after his first goal. And they say, like, I don't know, I've just never been to a game where they say, like, and with that, like, Andrei Kuzmenko's got his 100th point
Yeah,
in the NHL.
they don't
I thought
usually do that on the
I thought that was pretty
announcements.
cool because, like, you go to social media to find that out. And then, he got another goal and he was on hat trick watch. And then
Well,
he
it
got
almost
a-
got
Well, they
one.
typically know that beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because Landon Brown and I were at the game against the Senators where I think Kadri got some assist benchmark, and Beasley mentioned it during the announcement as opposed to after.
As like something to watch kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe they just weren't keeping an eye on it.
Yeah. So that was a good game. Beating Medicine Hat is always fun. We seem to know how to play Medicine Hat. Currently, we sit 3 points behind Lethbridge Hurricanes for the 8th and final playoff spot. 3 teams in the East have already secured playoffs. That's the Saskatoon Blades, the Moose Jaw Warriors, and the Med Hat Tigers. Ben Kindle got a couple points. He got an assist in that Med Hat game. And that's kind of really it for Phil's Hitman Corner. Oh, one more thing. Former Calgary Hitman, current Prince George Cougar, Zach Funk. He leads the WHL in scoring. He just signed a 3-year entry-level contract with Washington. So that's really good for Zach Funk. Not surprised at all that he's getting something. I mean, he's the best scorer in the WHL. So that's pretty cool. And that's kind of it for Phil's Hitman Corner, but I do got to brag a little bit. Much like the Calgary Flames in 2004 and the Vegas Golden Knights in 2023, I also had myself a date with the cup on Saturday.
That's not that cup.
It was a different cup.
It was a different cup.
But it's still a very, very cool cup.
Okay, you said the cup, and then you said a different cup.
I should have said a cup.
There you go.
My bad. I got to hang out with the Grey Cup on Saturday, and it was really, really cool. I got to party with one of the guys from the Montreal Alouettes who currently plays for the BC Lions. He got traded. Very, very cool guy. His name's Jake.
Jake.
No, he followed me back on Instagram.
Did he really?
Yeah.
No way. He followed me back on Instagram too. Really good guy. That was a pretty fun time.
That's
got
cool.
to pour beer into the cup while I was working, and then got off work, and then I got to drink beer out of the cup.
Zach Claris has touched that cup.
Yeah,
That's
I've
insane.
touched that cup
Claire
too.
just touched that cup.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Phil's practically just a Grey Cup winner. at this
Yeah,
point.
let's go.
Honestly, yeah, it's like I won the Grey Cup. It was really cool being like a part, because there's one, like, every once in a while you go to like a bar, and I mean, it happens every once in a while in Calgary. You go to Hudson's or something, and the Grey Cup's there. It's happened
The
before.
Grey Cups was always around.
Yeah, it's just around. And it's one thing to be in a bar while the Grey Cup's in the bar. It's another thing to be like a part of the party that brought the Grey
that's
Cup to
cool.
the bar. That was pretty fun.
Kind of mad you didn't like invite me out or something. When
It was
the Grey Cup
so
there.
like spur of the moment. Like
Okay,
I got
yeah.
off work and I had a beer and I went up to Jake and just was saying hi, and he was like, "Do you want to come on the party bus?" And I was like, "Yeah." Just down my beer and I was like, "Let's go." And it was a pretty fun night. Working in the next day was rough. That's all I got.
It was rough.
Something I want to go back to on Kipper night, but in a different game.
Huh? Kipper night, but so just
different
on
game
Saturday.
on Saturday.
Yeah.
It just said Saturday.
I
I was a little busy.
I forgot what day it was. So
Fair.
I just remember it was the same night as Kipper night.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
The Rempe and Reaves fight.
Oh, yes.
So
It was kind of lame.
it was.
I thought they were actually
I like,
going to...
missed it while I was making dinner, and I was
I
like,
thought
what?
it was going to be like
I
a bit
missed it
more
when I was
heavy
making
hitting.
I came back to Alex texting, and I was like, how? I'm watching the game, and I just missed it, though. But
What I was gonna say is, do you guys see the clip where Reaves is kind of yelling at Rempe to kind of get under his skin a bit?
yeah, at the beginning of the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I think Rempe just shouldn't have fought him.
I think Rempe just needs to take
He
a
needs to chill.
because the
Yeah.
punches are now going to feel like twice as bad.
But they
Or
were,
has cinder blocks
Rempe
now.
versus Brendan Tanev. I just want to see Uppercut City.
but Ryan and, what's his first name? Matt?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
They were talking while they were in the penalty box. Also, I need to know, like, what does it sound like in a penalty box? Can you just speak and they
Like,
hear?
Alex
Do you have to
would know.
yell?
Yeah.
Like, but they were speaking to each other, and I guess Matt was kind of talking about how the media hyped it up so much. He like kind of felt like he had to.
They both liked the same Instagram post that screenshotted a tweet saying Rempe and Reeves should fight. Both of them liked it.
Nah.
So that was kind of funny.
But yeah, I wish that didn't happen.
Well,
Reeves
Reeves gave him his flowers too, saying like he's gonna be a good player.
Yeah.
He also said he stayed up till 6:30 because he couldn't fall asleep after the game either.
Yeah.
Reeves.
Yeah.
Said that.
And Rempe made Reeves look tiny, and Reeves is 6'2".
I thought they should have let him fight a little bit more, though. Because
Well,
there was
they,
a lot
no,
of,
they stopped.
They both
Yeah.
agreed. They kind of just like
That's it. You know.
there wasn't, like, I don't know,
Ta-da.
because I saw it and it
it was
was
it was kind of fitting though. Two heavyweight enforcers. No one really One, save
But,
it for another day.
To me, like Ryan Reaves is
That'd be
like
a sick
35 years old.
That'd be a sick
Like-
playoff series.
Ryan Reaves is old. Why is he beating up a child?
'Cause
That's
his
my
role.
biggest thing. I don't know.
It's the whole reason the Leafs brought him in.
I know, because I saw people tweet, "Why is Reaves not on the ice against Rempe like right away?" And I'm like, "Chill, we'll be okay. We don't need
We'll be
to
o-
see this fight."
We'll be okay.
I don't know. I from like a psychological standpoint, I just thought, because I saw that clip of Reaves yelling at Rempe and Rempe not even looking at Reaves.
Can Rempe even acknowledge anything anymore?
Yeah, he probably didn't hear him. Like,
It was loud.
I don't know. I just thought it would just be pretty kind of cold of Rempe just kind of just skate off, not even look at Reaves, nothing.
That he would have been flamed in social media. That would be like, oh,
He would have
you're-
been, yeah.
We
I
have
don't know.
We
I
have 10
just-
minutes left. Did you want to talk about the extension thing you were speaking about earlier?
Yeah. So real quick, just revisiting some trades and signings from the past week. The biggest one as far as signings go, aside from Zach Funk, obviously,
Yeah, that's a big deal.
is Elias Pettersson signing for 8 years at a cap hit of 11.6 mil. He's going to stay a Canuck.
Sweden players are making a lot of money this year. There's Erik Karlsson making 10.5, William Nylander, and now Pettersson.
I
Sweden
mean, he's pretty good.
is getting paid.
so PD is getting 11 million, and so is William Nylander.
Yep.
I'm getting flashbacks to
Only
when I
a
was
little
at
bit more
the
than
Toronto.
Huberdeau.
When I was at the Toronto game.
Like 1.6 mil.
Toronto versus Van game, people were like, to Willie, they're like, 11 million.
It's
Like, because he wasn't doing anything. Then he scored 2 goals. But, like, PD has that energy for sure. Like, he can match that, I think. Because at first I would be like, PD's not as good as Willie, but I think he is on the Canucks for
It
sure,
seems
too.
to be
so.
right now.
Yeah.
They're heating up, man. It's going to be fun playoffs. Man. Can't wait.
Other signings aside from that, Jonathan Quick signs for a year with the Rangers for 1.275 mil. The Flyers signed Denver Barkey to an
What a
ELC.
name.
What
What
a
a
name,
name,
Denver
Denver
Barkey. And then yesterday, the Predators signed Tommy Novak to a 3-year, $10.5 million contract, and Max Comtois, who I didn't know was in the Hurricanes organization, signed with the Canes for a year. I thought he was still with the Ducks.
The Ducks seem to like getting rid of prospects.
Silly me. Wow.
Like Sean Chagall.
Yeah. I understand. I gotcha. I'm reading you loud and clear. I am.
I love when you guys just lead me onto things.
He telegraphed on that one.
You had to know that was coming.
Oh no! When you said yeah,
Yeah.
I know. We said
It's like when he was talking about special cities to host
Yeah.
games
Yeah.
in. You knew it was going to happen.
I look. Alex and I made eye contact during that, and Alex saw my eyes go. I go. Alex just acknowledged the fact that I just set Phil up for an easy Honolulu.
and leading up to
Easy
the
Honolulu.
leading up to the trade deadline this Friday, the Stars, Flames, and Devils were all involved in a 3-team deal. Tanev is on his way to Dallas, wearing number 3 now, because to quote him, it's kind of half of
Half
8.
an 8.
That is such.
I
that's
thought-
No
such a
thoughts
qu-
going
that
on
is-
in that
No
guy's head.
thought.
Not
He's
one.
taking so many pucks to the
That's
face.
such a sick quote.
That is
Is
a
it-
kind of a fun quote.
Yeah, no, I
So you
thought
take
it was
the-
funny.
I thought that
the
was
number
before
8,
our last
and you
show.
cut it in half. Then it's a 3. Like that is so sick.
It is true.
That
No,
went
but-
over
no.
so many people's heads. Is like,
No, okay.
it's
what?
unbelievable. But it's such a sick.
No,
quote.
I know what he means.
Yeah.
That, like,
I didn't
but
at first.
just
I was
no
like, what is this guy
thoughts.
talking about? And then I like looked.
Just
I'm
like his brother seeing ghosts and stuff.
I don't think we got enough for him, but
Second round pick and Artem Grushnikov.
He's old.
Sure. Like I'm not
That's
offended
the,
by it.
that's the next McDavid right there.
Grushnikov?
Yep.
Even though he's a defenseman?
Mm-hmm.
Grushnikov's only 20.
No, Tanev.
Oh, Tanev's old. Yeah. Fair. I was like, what are you saying?
Ilya Labushkin makes his return to the Leafs
And then gets killed.
and then got murdered by
Yeah.
Rempe.
I didn't even see that, but
Hey, welcome back to Traboom.
Wham.
I feel like that happened to Toronto a lot. Nick
Wham.
Foligno, when we signed him, but that was in playoffs. He got hurt. He's like crawling off the ice. That was cool.
And one last moment.
What?
One last thing before we depart for the week. Just going to point out that we did see that Kuznetsov reported to the AHL
For purpose of
after clearing the player assistance
Can I
program.
ask a quick question after this?
Good on him, hooray. And that Lindy Ruff was fired by the Devils, replaced by
Travis Green.
Travis Green.
Angel. Hot.
Very.
Jersey's 8 points out of the second wildcard spot after making the playoffs last season.
Jersey is one of the most disappointing teams this
There's
season.
gonna be a lot of stretch cams on this video.
And
today.
Casey had a question.
It's just like regarding AHL and like waivers and
Go
having
for
to
it.
get cleared. So like in my head, Justin Hall has not played for the Detroit Red Wings in a month.
Okay.
Why is he not being sent down or anything? Like I don't understand. Why is he not
That is
going on They don't want to put him on waivers or what?
Some
Is he
team could.
injured? Or-
Some like they might be scared of a team claiming him.
Yeah.
They want to keep him for.
But if he
specific-
sucks at hockey, like apparently like he hasn't played in a month or like
they
at
wanna-
least.
they may want to keep him for some form of reason.
But
like,
you said yourself he's right-handed. Team's looking for right-handed.
But
Yeah,
just because he
that's what
sucks at hockey with one team doesn't mean another
Yeah.
team doesn't
Well,
see value in him.
Apparently he sucked with Toronto too. I don't think so.
Anyway, we
Angel, but-
gotta get out of here. This week with Coast to Coast, you know, it's Alex Burke with Casey Freeman,
Goodbye.
Merrick Robinson,
See ya.
Phil Trombley.
I don't know what I was gonna say.
Okay. And we will see Braden Redshaw and
Expecting
Hugh actually
Honolulu
listen to the
to come,
intro next
Phil
week.
went right into
Braden
it.
feel better.